Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, my happy people. As y'all are stopping in today, be sure to drop in the comments where you're watching from. Also, I want to know if you are new or if you are an OG. An OG just means that you have been here before. I'm running a little late today, so we'll see who all hops on. Good morning, user 97, Tom, Kevin, hello, Stan, Robert, hello, Lisa. Good morning, good morning. As you're just stopping in, drop in the comments where you're watching from today. If you're new, if you're an OG, also be sure to smash up that button so we can stay connected, because today we're going to talk all about making money online. The best side hustle out there, in my complete honest opinion. That's what we're going to talk about today. How to have $900 days from your phone. Now, I only want you to stick around if you are serious about making money online, because I don't gatekeep here. Okay, this is for the people who have been searching, spending their nights laying awake, wondering how the heck they're going to pay their bills. The mama who is tired of leaving their babies every morning, wants more time home to make those memories with their kiddos. That's what we're going to chat about today. So be sure to smash up that button if you're not already following me. Also, I want you to check out my beacons page that is lit on my TikTok. Okay, click on my face in the top left corner. It'll take you to my page. First thing listed on that beacons page says get your free copy of the Freedom Formula. Snag that. Now listen, if you're not willing to even snag that, then don't hang around today, because you're not real serious about making money. That is completely free to you. A free step-by-step guide to get online and start making money in this online space. Check your spam folder. Sometimes those end up in there. Well, let's see who we got here. Miss Sasha. Hello. Herman. Gavin? Is that how you say that? Patricia, Eric, Marazzo, Brittany, hello. Kathy, good morning. Jan, hello. Joyful, good morning. Al is in the house. Thanks for stopping in, Al. I saw you went live super early this morning, Al, and for me, early morning lives just go so much better than later in the day ones. Also, it's either like 5:30 a.m. or 9 o'clock at night, and 9 o'clock at night is when I want to be in bed. So I'm just being honest. Digital Journey, good morning. Jimmy, David, hello. Bora Bora. Where's everyone watching from today? As you're just stopping in, be sure to put in the comments if you're new or if you are an OG, because we're going to talk all about making money online today the best way possible. Because I know chances are, if I showed up on your FYP this morning, it's because you have been searching for a way to make money online. You're looking in the digital marketing space. And there's multiple ways to make money on this app, right? Like, you got the TikTok shop, you got the Amazon affiliates, you got the creator rewards program, and all of those are great ways to make money on this app, right? But here's the thing with those. A lot of those you are going to be waiting, because you are going to be waiting until you have a video that's really good and pops off and goes viral, which might take months or it might take years, because you were making a small percentage of a profit, right? You're making like $3 off of a hairbrush that you were selling. So to make good money on like TikTok shop, you got to hope a video pops off and goes viral so you make more than just a couple bucks off of this. And that might take years, that might take months, right? So when we talk about making money in this online space, we are talking about high ticket items where you are making 100% profit and you are able to have $900 days doing it. That's what we're chatting about today. So Mark, I see you followed me. Thank you so much for that. Where are you watching from today? Bora Bora also follow. Where are you watching from today? If you are watching from Bora Bora, I'm going to be a little bit jealous, because I'm going to be real and honest with you. For those of you who are new, I'm from Iowa. My name's Keevan. I have been in healthcare for 13 years. I have two boys who are 7 and 4, and I am that mama who has spent years looking for the best way to make money online. And I freaking failed at everything I tried. So that's why I love getting on here. I love getting on lives, and I just love sharing this opportunity with people to make money in this online space, because I'm that mom who sat on the outside and I watched forever. Okay. You're from Florida. Well, good morning from Florida. I appreciate that. Yes, I have lots of corn where I live, but in full disclosure, I grew up a country girl surrounded by cornfields. Now I live in the big city, and the nearest cornfield is probably a half mile away. So let's talk about, hold on, guys. We're going to do some blessing and releasing here early this morning. Thank you, Adrian. Okay, so real quick, good morning. Thanks for hanging with me on your Tuesday. I do talk a lot, and if you are somebody who is serious about making money online, I'm going to direct you to my TikTok page. Okay, I know people are busy. I know you're probably headed to that daily grind today. Check out my TikTok page. Click on my face in the top left corner. The link there is a beacons page. The first list says get your free copy of the Freedom Formula. Snag that. That is completely free to you. And I'm going to be open and honest. If you are not serious about making money online, then don't even hang out with me this morning, okay? Because I'm not gatekeeping here. I am giving the best kept secrets in this online space. But you need to snag that free step-by-step guide. Okay, check your spam folders. Sometimes that ends up in there. Now, if you decide this isn't for you, you can unsubscribe. But if you do decide this is for you, it can completely change your life. So let's chat real quick. Don and Adrian, thank you so much for the follows. Okay, I want you all to drop in the comments. I want you to drop a 1 if you are somebody who has ever tried to find a way to make money online. Just drop a 1 in the comments. Just drop a 1 if you have ever tried to find a way to make money online. TikTok people, I have white tea going over here, so if I'm looking to the side, that's what that is. And I got some comments on here, and they always just make me laugh. People are so silly. People are so silly. Sharon's like, yep, I've tried to make money online. Don's tried to make money online. Oh my goodness, we are gonna be blessing and releasing that person today. All right, so those of you who have ever tried to find a way to make money online, I want you to put in the comments different things you have tried. Okay. Oh my goodness. What did my what did my TikTok pick up today? Lee, good morning. Thank you for the follow. We're getting some strange people in here. Yep. Okay, Sharon's like, yep, I've tried that. I've been in the MLM world. So I am one of those people who has been in the MLM world before also. Okay. Um, you're okay, Xavier. Sorry. I just get very squirrel brain. I am going to put my website in there. Okay. So, those of you who have tried to find ways to make money online and you've ended up in that MLM world, I feel you. Okay. I'm that mom who my oldest son is almost 8, and I spent the first year of his life rocking him to sleep at night and crying because all I wanted was to be home with him. All I could think every day was, oh my gosh, he's getting bigger. He's never going to be this tiny again. And I'm missing out on all of it because I did everything I was told to do, right? I went to college, I got that 9-to-5 job, I spent a ton of money on my college degree, and now we can't afford for me to be home and have the time I want with my kiddos. So I'm that mom who ended up in the MLM world. And I tried like 7 of them and I freaking failed miserably. And I had given up, right? I had given up and I had just come to terms with the daily grind. That 9-to-5 job is just going to be my life. And I want you to drop in the comments, drop a 1 if you are somebody who understands what I am talking about. Drop a 1 in the comments if you understand. Sorry, guys, I'm getting super distracted over here. Drop a 1 in the comments if you are somebody who's like, I understand how you feel. Like, I have been going to that 9-to-5 grind and I feel like I am stuck. Like, it's not paying me enough. They're giving me more work for the same pay. It's not giving me the life of freedom that I want. I don't have enough time home with my family. It's not even paying all of my bills. Right? Drop a 1 in the comments if anything that I said resonates with you. Sharon's like, yep, I feel every single one of those things. Gaga, thank you for sharing me out. Lee, thank you so much for the follow. Where are y'all watching from today? Because that was me, right? I had given up on trying to find a way to make money online. I had tried and I had failed. And I came to terms with the fact, well, I'm going to be the mom that has to work every day for the rest of my life. And I'd given up. We got comfortable, right? And then I started seeing this mom who I had been in the MLM world with, talk about how you have to quit. I have to quit what? Hot blog. Oh my goodness. What is going on here this morning? The TikTok is wild. Good morning, Robin. How are you today? So, as much as I would love to quit my job, Chris, we can't afford it, right? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but life is getting more expensive, right? I got 2 boys at home. They eat a lot. Okay. Groceries are expensive. We got a roof to put over our heads. And long story made semi short, last fall, life hit the fan for us. Okay. We were living comfortably, and along came all of those unexpected financial things that happen, right? New AC unit, car totaled out, and they all happened within 2 days of each other. And we basically drained our savings account. And I looked at my husband and I was so angry because I said, we work too freaking hard to be in a situation like this where those unexpected life expenses pop up and you're draining your savings account just to try and stay afloat. And so I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to find a way to make some more money. So, of course, my mind automatically goes to, well, I'm going to start clocking in more. I'm going to put in some overtime. I'll work some night shifts. I'll do some extra things at my day job to make some extra income because now we got a car payment on top of it, right? And I just deep down, I knew that's not what I wanted to do, right? Because I want more time home with my boys. I'm already missing out on 40 plus hours a week with them doing the daily grind. And here's the thing, you can clock into that day job as much as you want, right? As much as you want. And they're never going to pay you what your time is worth. Because when you clock into that 9 to 5 job, somebody said this on their live once. I think it was Ashley. And it really resonated with me when she's like, you take that day job and they pay you 40 bucks an hour, whatever it might be. They are literally telling you that your time away from your family is worth 40 bucks an hour. Or some of you, it might be 20 bucks an hour. Is that not mind blowing that we have been taught as a society that our time away from our family is worth dollar signs, like however little they might be, right? And there's some mamas out there who are struggling every single day just to make ends meet. And they're settling for jobs that are paying them 15, 20 bucks an hour. And that's why they can't get ahead in life, right? They're stressing. So when you discover that you can make money in this online space, it is a complete game changer. Now, if you're new, just stopping in, thanks for hanging with me on this beautiful Tuesday. I do want you to check out my LINK that is listed on my TikTok page. If you're on YT, I dropped it in the comments. Copy and paste that into your browser, okay? You get a free step-by-step guide for how you can get into this online space and start having 10K months. Okay, now if you're not willing to snag that free guide, you are not serious about changing your life and making money online. And that's what this whole live is about. So only stick around if you are serious about this. Okay. Check your spam folders. Sometimes those end up in there. Now, if you decide this isn't for you, you can unsubscribe, but at least you had the courage to check it out. Good morning, McKenna. How are you? Lynn, hello. Thanks for stopping in today. Thank you for all the follows. I appreciate you. Okay. I want you to drop a 1 in the comments. If you have never ever drop a 1 in the comments if you have never ever heard of digital marketing before, or drop a 2 if you are somebody who's like, I've heard of digital marketing, but I'm sitting skeptical. I'm sitting on the fence. I think it's another MLM, and I'm hearing all these people talk about it, and it sounds way too freaking good to be true. Drop a 1 in the comments. Never ever heard of digital marketing. Drop a 2 if you are somebody who's heard of digital marketing, but you're sitting skeptical. Sorry, guys. I got to do some YT blessing and releasing. People, man, why do people think it's okay to be so inappropriate? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, we got lots of 2s in the house. Just water TikTok. Hello, Ash, beautiful. Thanks for stopping in. I see you, Six Figure Mimi. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so for those of you who have never heard of what digital marketing is before, I want you to think of this. If you have ever gone to a restaurant and you have really liked your meal, you take a picture of it, you share it to your social media platform, whatever one that might be. It might be FB, it might be IG, it might be TikTok. Blazell, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, Anthony. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. Something I love about TikTok, especially TikTok, but social media in general, is that you can literally hang out with people internationally from the comfort of your own home. How incredibly cool is that? Bobby's from Florida. We got Florida and Ohio in the house. Whoop, whoop. Awesome. Thanks for hanging this morning. Mimi's in Louisiana. Woo! I just love seeing where everybody comes from. Cameron is from Virginia. Well, good morning. Thanks for hanging with me today. Okay, so if you have ever gone to a restaurant, you loved your meal, you take a picture, you post it to your social media platform. That right there is a form of digital marketing because you are marketing for that restaurant on your social media page, right? Now, there are programs out there designed to teach regular people like me and regular people like you how to make money doing things like that. It's really that simple, you guys. So I want you to drop a one in the comments if you are ready to learn how to have $900 days online. Put a one in the comments because this is literally life changing income, right? Now, a lot of people get skeptical, and I saw the twos in the comments where you were like, I am skeptical. I've heard of digital marketing before. It sounds too good to be true, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I get it because I was you, right? I've been in that MLM world. Now, I want you to drop in the comments, just put the word yes if you want to hear how it is different, how digital marketing is different than an MLM or different than a pyramid or different than a network marketing, direct sales. I don't even know what they call it these days. Okay. Bobby's like, yes. Liz says yes. I want to know how it's different. Okay. Now, I have literally been in like 7 MLMs. For those of you who are just stopping into my life, I've been in like 7 of those MLMs. And in full disclosure, I actually just took on an MLM, but not to be the MLM type person, but because I came across a product that I'm going to be using every single day. And this world is all about creating multiple streams of income to change your life. That's what this digital marketing space has taught me. But since I invested in a program, I now know how to promote without ending up in DMs, without bugging my friends and family, and um without having to like host all the parties and stuff, right? Like that was the part of MLMs for me. Okay. That was the part of MLMs that I did enjoy. So let's talk real quick about how this is different. In that MLM world, here, I haven't got my board out in a few days. I get so excited to get my board out. So let's talk about this real quick. I'm going to make sure I unmirror my camera. Okay, so in that MLM world, you're working real hard a small percentage of the profits, right? So there's people up at the top of the pyramid. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. I might actually have that word blocked. I'm going to turn this off because I think you can see better. So in your MLM world, and I'm not a teacher, guys, so my handwriting's terrible. You got the person up here who's making like 75% profit, we'll say, and you got the person down here who's making like 25% profit, right? So if you're down here, you might have a product, and we're going to make this simple, okay? Because here in my high ticket marketing, digital marketing world, I'm making 100% profit off of a product I didn't have to create. Okay. And my best selling product is a $900 product, 100% profit directly into my pockets. That's how I was sitting in church the other day and I got a ding on my phone that said, I just made $900. Okay. Because I'm making 100% profit. Now, in this MLM world, if I'm making just 25% profit, we'll say I'm selling a lipstick and I'm making $9 off of a lipstick, right? So I forgot to write the 9. So if I'm making $9, I would need 100 customers to have a $900 day. When you have a high ticket item where you're making 100% profit and your best seller, it's all backwards for me, guys, is a $900 product, you just need one customer to have a $900 day. Okay. So that's one of the biggest differences in the MLM world. Okay. Does that all make sense? Drop the word yes in the comments if you're like, yes, this makes sense. And you guys can take screenshots of this. Also, I got my LINK up here. You can screenshot that, plug that into your web browser, the www before the .com after. Okay. Bobby and Jody are both like, yep, that makes sense. Okay. So that's one of the biggest differences. Now, in this MLM world, you're sliding into DMs, right? You're bugging your friends and family. Those are some of the biggest things, right? Those were the biggest for me in the MLM world. Okay. In your digital marketing world over here, we're teaching attraction marketing. Okay. So what that means is I do my 2 hours of daily income earning activities where I'm creating content and I'm going live. All I'm doing is sharing this opportunity. Now, if somebody is interested, I direct them to my Freedom Machine up here, which is running for me in the background 24/7. So, what that means is I don't even do any of the follow up, which is something I forgot to write over here. You got to do the follow ups, right? Because you're starting in those DMs and you're saying, hey, we're having a great sale. Would you mind buying something from me this month? I'm trying real hard to reach my goal. And then you don't hear from them. So then you do the follow up, right? My my LINK, my Freedom Machine is running for me in the background 24/7. So how this works, I create my content. If somebody's interested, I just say, "Hey, plug in your best contact information into my LINK." I can't say that word. I can't say all the words, guys. They plug in their info. They get a free step-by-step guide, they get a free webinar replay to watch. If they decide it's not for them, they can unsubscribe. I'm not even going to hear about it. I never have to hear the word no. I'm not even going to know they unsubscribe. It's a beautiful thing, you guys. And this is running for me in the background 24/7. So that's how people are out living their lives and they're having $900 days. That's how I had a $900 day when I was helping in the church nursery on Sunday. How I wake up to 900 bucks in my bank account. 100% profit, you guys. It's a game changer. Okay? Does this all make sense? Also, we're global. That's something that's beautiful. Here, you're limited to your friends and family, right? When you're in this MLM or this high ticket marketing, digital marketing world, we're teaching you how to be a global business. We go international, you guys. We have like 18, I think, self made millionaires in South African Rand. So you are not limited to just your friends and family like you are over here. Okay. Does all of this make sense? Drop a yes in the comments if it makes sense how digital marketing is different than an MLM. Drop a yes in the comments. You can screenshot this. You can do whatever you want with this. Okay. Okay. Bobby's like, yep, this all makes sense. Now, if you're hanging with me this morning, I got about another half hour of talking. If you are somebody who is ready to make some income online, just check out this LINK. Okay. Click on my face in the top left. It'll take you to my TikTok page. First thing listed there says, get your free copy of the Freedoms Formula. It's on my Beacons page. Okay. Plug in your best contact, check your spam folder. Sometimes those do end up in there. Okay. Now, this is the basics of how it's different than an MLM. So let's talk about this real quick. I want you to, hold on, need some coffee. Just coffee, TikTok. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what you're going to learn inside this program. Okay, because so many people are confused about what exactly these digital marketing programs and courses are. Now, I'm open and honest with people. There's multiple courses out there. They're the only program, and I'll explain how this is different. Okay, but do your research. Okay, because not one size fits all, right? And how I learn might be different than how you learn. Now, a big difference in our program versus the courses. Okay. A lot of the courses, you invest in them and it's a bunch of pre recorded videos and they're like, here you go. Good luck. Now, if you learn that way, that is great. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I know I am not a person that learns well that way. I want live interactive mentorship and I want somebody who is going to hold my hand and walk me through every step of the way how to make big money online. So when you jump into Legacy Builders program, good morning, my girl, Chrissy. Thanks for stopping in today. When you jump into the Legacy Builders program, you are given live interactive mentorship. And we're talking by somebody who has made almost $7 million in 2.5 years. She is literally giving us a video every single day. It's like a 6-minute video telling us what to do, how to create our content, and then you go out and you do it. Because how do you learn to ride the bike? You get on the freaking bike. You don't just watch a bunch of videos about bike riding. You get on the bike. So when you invest in a program like this, we're going to hold your hand and we're going to teach you the skills to get into this online space. I talked about that attraction marketing, right? How do you do that attraction marketing? You're taught how to figure out who your perfect customer is and how to share your story with them. And we're going to walk through step by step how to do that and hold your hand along the way. So that's how you are creating your content, because a lot of people get their head wrapped up in, well, I don't know what to create for my content. We're literally going to teach you how to do that. And we're going to hold your hand every step of the way. And something else I love about this world, think about this. Those of you that went to college, I went to college, right? I'm in healthcare. I'm an x-ray tech by trade. I have my degree in nuclear medicine. So I did 4 years of college. I got my bachelor's degree and my associate's degree. For my associate's degree, I spent 2 years working for free at the hospital. And then I had to take a big scary test that said I was able to be an x-ray tech because I learned everything I was supposed to learn. Okay, now if I had failed that test, I would have thrown like 50 grand down the drain. The second degree I got in nuke med, I've never even used, but same situation. I worked at the hospital for free for a year, and then I had to take a big scary test saying I learned enough to have my nuke med degree. And now I have a degree I've never even used. That was like another 30 grand. Okay. So when you jump into this online space, you don't have to wait to make money. This is a learn and earn opportunity. It is so maddening, Robin. It blows my mind when I think about the things that we were taught growing up. And now I know a big part of it is that this digital world did not exist like that, when I was in college. Okay. Because that was a long time ago. And that was part of it, right? But we were really put on this cycle of that was the only way to make money. You go spend a ton of money on college, and then you then you get the job, and you're supposed to just be happy, right? You're supposed to be happy with being exhausted and missing out on all this time with your family and just being paid the minimum for the time and the effort you're putting in. Yes, Hawkeyes, I went to college and I'm actually from Iowa. I don't know if that's where your name stems from. So welcome to Hawkeye Nation because that's who we cheer for here. Um, so it's mind-blowing, right? But we literally are having our hands held and being taught every single day how to make money in this online space. Now, we have live interact trainings. Okay, that's something that was huge for me. It's like a college class where you can get on Zoom calls. We have multiple every single week, and 6 and 7 figure earners are going to be teaching you and training you how they have built their online business into making 6 and 7 figures. And then you can get on and ask them questions. And that right there for me was huge. So much better than just watching a bunch of pre-recorded videos. Corey, of course, someone from Wisconsin has to pipe in. I suppose you're a Packers fan too, which doesn't go well here. You're from New York. Don't tell me you are selling digital. I am, Hawkeyes. I am. That's what we're talking about. And here's the thing. So many people want to jump in here and they want to be like, well, don't tell me you're selling that. It's not just a program. It's not just a program. And until people start to really realize the value inside this online space, it is completely life-changing. Because let me tell you this has built my confidence. This has opened my eyes to realizing that there is so much more out there than that 9 to 5 job, that you can literally change your life with the phone in your hand. This has taught me how to create multiple streams of income using just my phone and social media. How to create passive income, which means I'm out living my life while my freedom machine is working for me in the background 24/7. 24/7. It's running for me. That is how you change your life. So much different than clocking into that 9 to 5 where you're trading your time for dollars and you're just hoping for a 2% raise. And they're giving you more work to do for the exact same pay. And they're teaching you that you should be thankful. They could come in tomorrow and they could say, goodbye, you don't even have a job anymore. And then what are you going to do? Do you have a backup plan? Is your emergency fund fully funded? This business has not only fueled my purpose for helping other women and empowering them to be the BA people that they are. This has rebuilt our emergency fund. This has a head on our monthly car payments. And this is completely funding our trip to St. Louis in a couple weeks. This is completely transforming our finance in turn, going to completely change our future. We're breaking generational cycles here. That's what's possible in this online space. Hawkeyes, I just went over that. I have a degree in X-ray. My associate's is a rad tech, and then I have a bachelor's degree in radiation sciences, nuclear medicine. I don't know why that really matters, other than the fact that you can literally make money online with zero experience. So many, does it teach Airbnb? That is a great question, Robin. I have not gotten that question before. Um, it's not going to specifically teach Airbnb stuff. I'll be honest about that. But it will teach you the skills to market the Airbnb, right? Because it's going to teach you those attraction marketing skills. So it would help in the Airbnb industry, I guess, if that's the word we're looking for. But we get people in here who already own businesses, right? Who don't even care about turning around and profiting off the program itself. And that's okay. We get people who already own businesses and they just want to learn the skills to promote in this online space, especially the social media space, right? Because social media is huge. There's like 5.2 billion people in this digital, oh my gosh, in this social media space, 5.2 billion people. So you learn attraction marketing skills to promote your business, your product, or your service in this online space. It's a game changer. We get people in here who want to create their own digital products, but they don't freaking know how or where to start. Our program's going to teach them those things, how to create those products, but then to promote it. Then you get the people like me who want to make some extra income, want to learn these skills, but don't freaking know where to start. I had no experience. I didn't know how to set up a website. I didn't have a website ready to go. And I definitely did not have a product to sell. And as a full time working mom, I didn't have the time or the energy to figure any of that stuff out. So when I discovered there's programs out there like this that literally give you all of those things in a pretty little box tied in a bright pink bow and says, here you go. We're going to teach you how to market in this online space. We're going to teach you how to build an online business, and we're going to give you a product to promote that you can make 100% profit on. And our best selling profit is a $900 program. That's how people are having $900 days in this online space. Okay. Now, I'm going to be open and honest. There is a small investment with this, a one-time investment. Okay. I have turned that one-time investment into $8,000, and it's only growing because you get into this online space and there's no limits, right? You clock into your day job and they're telling you how many hours you're going to work, how much you're getting paid. That's going to limit you because there's only so many hours in the day. And they're going to tell you, nope, we're not paying you out for that, right? Go home. We don't need you. You're costing us too much money. You get into this online space and you build your own online business, the sky's the limit because nobody's telling me, hey, you sold two $900 programs today. That's $1,800. You're done. Nobody's telling me that. I could sell 5 of them today. I could sell 10 of them today and have a $9,000 day. Victoria in our community had an $11,000 day last month. Those are the types of things that are happening in this online space. Okay. Now, I want you to drop in the comments, drop a 1 if you want to hear about my programs and the investment behind them first. Drop a 2 if you want to hear about my 2-hour workday. Now, I'm open and honest. There is an investment in this, right? Because nothing that is worth it is going to be free, right? Somebody had to create this program. Somebody had to create this product. And thank God they did, because I'm not smart enough to make something like this. But somebody else made it and they're giving you the rights to turn around and sell it. And so many people want to knock that, right? They're like, well, it's just a bunch of people buying a course to resell a course. But here's the thing. Do you get mad when you go to Verizon and you buy a phone that they didn't even make, that they have the rights to turn around and sell? That's how Verizon is a billion-dollar business. They have never once made their own phone, but they have the rights to turn around and promote them. They have the rights to turn around and sell them over and over again. And it's the same concept. When you make this one-time investment, you now own it and you can turn around and you can promote it and make 100% profit off of it every single time you sell it. Now, okay. Does anybody want to talk to me today? Let's see here. I got some new followers. Thank you guys for the follows. Okay, so drop a 1 in the comments if you want to hear about my programs and the investment behind them first, or drop a 2 in the comments if you want to hear about my 2-hour workday. Just coffee, TikTok. Robin wants a 2-hour workday. She knows how much I love this 2-hour workday. Real quick, I am going to just say it again. For those of you who are new, just stopping in, be sure to check out my LINK. Now, I forgot you can screenshot my face. This K-Big's inspired. It's all backwards. Just plug in the www dot before and the dot com after. It's all backwards. You can screenshot that or check out my TikTok page. Just double click on my face in the top left corner. Okay. Take you to my TikTok page. The first thing listed there, my LINK, is a beacons page. Click on that. Plug your best contact information in. You get a free step-by-step guide for how to have 10K months online. You get a free webinar replay. Check your spam. Sometimes those end up in there. And again, if you decide this isn't for you, you can unsubscribe. I'm not even going to know about it, and I'm definitely not going to hunt you down. 2-hour workday and then a 4-hour homesteading day. I love that, Robin. That sounds so fun. Honestly, like when you think about your life, like, are you living the life that you dream of? Because when I think about the life I was sold, right? Because 18-year-old me just did what I was told. I've always been that people pleaser, right? And when I think about the life that I was sold, it was, hey, go to college and you're gonna have so much money, right? Like that's what it was in my household because there was never enough of it, right? My mom always worked multiple jobs. She was a teacher. My dad was in the military and he never went to college. So he was always getting laid from jobs. It was always a struggle financially. So I was taught that I had to go to college because that was the only way I was going to have enough money. And that's all it was, right? Well, then I started having my boys and I went back from maternity leave with my oldest, and it really started to dawn on me that I don't even get summers home with my boys, right? Like my mom was a teacher. She was at least home with us in the summer, and I told her that once. It was like, you're such a good mom. And I was like, yeah, but I need to find a different job. And she's like, well, why? And she told me, she's like, I never had enough time with you and your brother when you were growing up. And I said, at least you were home with us in the summers. I don't even get that. Right. I work in healthcare. That's a Monday. That's a Monday through Friday, sometimes nights, weekends, and all the things. Right. And it includes the summer. My kids are making all their summer memories with somebody else. Breaks my heart. It really makes me sad. And that's one of the major reasons I jumped into this online space. I originally jumped in here because of the money, right? I wanted to just have enough to cover our car payment every month. And I said, you know what? If I can just cover the car payment, we can get ahead on that, get that paid off as soon as possible, whatever. I'll just keep working that 9-to-5 job. And then I started seeing stories inside our community of people who are replacing their 9-to-5 incomes, who are having like $11,000 days from their phone and social media, working just 2 hours a day while they're home with their boys all day long. And I was like, that is true freedom. That is the dream where you can spend time with your family. You can make those memories. You can pick up on a Tuesday and take a day trip without having to ask somebody else for time to do it. And you can completely change your life and still have income coming in. You don't have to sacrifice one or the other. And that's what I've always thought, right? Like, well, if I stay home, then we don't have any of the income. Or I keep working, but now I have none of the time, right? But this digital space is allowing regular people like us to have both. It's allowing people like us to have both. And it's such a game changer. You're exhausted from it all. Come home and play catch up. Laundry, yes. Robin, my house is just a disaster all the time. My house is just a disaster. And the laundry is just, it piles up. I wait until it's like a Christmas tree under my TV in my bedroom. And then I'm like, oh, time to fold laundry. Like, it's hard to balance all the things. Right. And at the end of the day, like, Unfortunately, my life is currently built around my 9 to 5 job. Someday it's not going to be that way, but that's the way it is right now. And my kids, right? So the free time I do have, my kids come first. Last night we're running around playing soccer in the backyard, sweating to death. But they come first. Then it's laundry, then it's everything else, right? And but it's also mentally exhausting when I look around my house some days and I'm like, "Oh, how long has it been since I dusted?" or "How long has it been since I did this?" right? Like you do the daily maintenance, you wipe down the table, you sweep the floors, you do all that stuff, but then there's that deep clean and it just doesn't get done enough because by the time I have the time to do it, I don't have the energy, or when I have the energy to do it, we have something else going on. And so it always comes last. But that's what we're working towards, right? We're working towards that life of freedom where you don't have to choose, where you can have big income and you can be home and make those memories and actually have time to do things like clean your house and fold the laundry and run all your errands without having to ask somebody else for time off to do it. Um, 1 square foot at a time. That's a great idea, Robin. I love that. I need to look into something like that. Okay, let's talk real quick about my drop a 1 in the comments if you want to hear about my program first and the investment behind it. Drop a 2 in the comments if you want to hear about my 2-hour workday or pay for a cleaner. Man, here's the thing. If we had not taken on a new car loan last fall, I definitely would be paying somebody to clean my house. But financially right now, my main focus is getting that car paid off. And then we're going to talk about having somebody come clean my house. Once I'm a millionaire for building my online empire and bringing other BA women with me, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be paying somebody else to clean the house. Because here's the thing, it's not like I live in some extravagant mansion, right? Like our house is like 1,100 square feet. Like we live a pretty humble life. And then I think about like we really could use a bigger house, but there's multiple reasons we're still in this house. But I'm like, if I don't even want to clean this house, what makes me think I'm gonna want to clean a bigger house? Because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so Robin wants to hear about my 2-hour workday first. So let's talk about this real quick. And I want you to think about this as I go through this 2-hour workday. If you are somebody who's clocking into that 9 to 5, you're trading 8 hours a day, you're trading 10 hours a day, maybe you're trading 12 hours a day to work your day job. What if you could work just 2 hours a day using your phone and social media around your busy life to create that income? What would you do with the rest of your time if you could free up 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day? What would you do with the rest of your life? As I get older. Yes, Robin, I will love my smaller house. I probably still won't love my stairs. That's a problem. We live in a split level. So like it's not a convenient floor plan. It was fine when just my husband and I, but then we started having the the youngins, and I was having to carry the laundry basket from one end of the house all the way up the stairs to the other end of the house. Just really isn't that convenient for me. Hi, Mandy. Thanks for stopping in today. Okay, so let's talk about this 2-hour workday. So, if you are somebody who is coachable, you are somebody, yes, 100%. I do have dreams of being in a different style house, but honestly, my ultimate goal, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to talk my husband into this, but my ultimate dream is to get like a tiny house that we can travel across the country with. Like that is my ultimate dream. But we'll see. I don't know if he'll ever let me get there. That is my ultimate dream. I might just be like, you know what? You hang here. Um, and I'll just take my tiny mini house with me and I'll travel the country by myself. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay. So real quick, my 2-hour workday. There are 3 major things I do during my 2-hour workday to make this happen. Okay. The first part of my workday is listening to training videos. Now, I listen to a lot of mindset training, but you want to stay connected to our program so you are learning the ins and outs about how this digital world is changing and get better every single day. Now, you can listen to videos anytime, where, right? So part of your 2-hour workday can be mobile. You can listen to it while you're on a walk. I think I heard Christy say the other day she always listens to hers while she's walking her dogs. I listen to a lot during my lunch break or in between patients at work if I have the time when they're cleaning the rooms. Um, Folding laundry, doing dishes. I try to listen to about an hour of training videos a day. So drop a 1 in the comments if you can listen to an hour of training a day. The second part of my workday is creating my content. Now, you're going to want to create 2 to 3 pieces of content a day. Yeah, while cooking, also a great way to do it. There's so many, it's so nice to have it so flexible, right? Because all your training videos are literally on your phone and you can listen to them anytime, anywhere, whenever it's convenient. Like when I go up to my parents' house this weekend, I'll probably turn one on and listen to it while I'm driving. Our doctor flips if we have your phone. Oh, seriously, Robin. Dang. So I don't do it in cases, obviously. Like I work in pretty high critical care. For those of you who are new to me, I work in the cardiac cath lab, and a lot of other areas. But cardiac cath lab is kind of the one everybody recognizes. Um, so I can't listen to it when there's a patient on the table, but if we're flopping rooms, we're setting up trays, things like that, I pop an earbud in and I listen to a few minutes when I have time. So, okay, that's the first part of my workday. Even between you can't. That's wild. That is wild. Now we got Jayco coming in any day, anytime now. Like we're waiting for the overhead announcement. So it's probably going to be a little different when they roll through, no phones on us, but yeah, that's wild. Okay, second part of my workday is creating content. Now, so many people get focused on the content creation part of this because they're like, I don't know what to create for my content, or it's scary, right? But here's the thing, we're talking simple content. Locker all day. Dang, Robin, that's a bummer. I don't have a locker though. Maybe that's part of the problem. We're doing a lot of construction at my day job right now. They're taking all of my windows away from me and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, I don't even have a locker room right now or a place to change. I don't even have a place to change. Because I had to wear uniform scrub all day long, which is why you guys will very rarely see a video of me in my scrub attire from my day job. Okay, second part of my workday is creating that content. I hear little feet running around upstairs, so I'm going to start talking fast. Second part of my workday is creating that content. Now, don't overthink this, okay? Because everybody's like, content creation is this big scary word, right? We're talking simple content, and we're going to walk you through step by step and hold your hand how to create your content because you're going to figure out who your perfect customer is, and you are going to be sharing your story. That's the basics of what your content is going to be created around, okay? And we're talking 5 to 7 second videos with a text overlay and a trending sound. Boom, done. 30-second, 60-second videos. Okay. I want you to drop a 2 in the comments if you can create simple pieces of content every single day. Now, if you're somebody who's not going live, which is what I'm going to chat about next, then you might want to create more videos per day. Okay. Because this is a newer account to me. I've had this account just shy of 2 months. My other one got hacked. Okay. This account, I just started doing 4 or 5 videos a day. Now, on a normal day, I do 2 or 3. Okay. It just kind of depends on my schedule and what I got going on. But it really doesn't have to be complicated. You're going to overthink it in the beginning. We all freaking do. I definitely am an overthinker. I would get heart palpitations. I would get short of breath. I would be so freaking nervous. I would be like sweaty. And oh my gosh, creating those first videos is scary. But here's the thing, you can learn to create those videos. You get more comfortable doing it, and it is going to boost your confidence like you never believed. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be a woman who is sitting in front of people talking on TikTok to people internationally about building an online business. I spent years saying, God, I don't know what my purpose is, but I feel like working that 9 to 5 ain't it. And people would look at me like I had a third eyeball because all we've been taught is that 9 to 5. And I've always felt like I'm made for more. And then it showed up and I was skeptical and I was hesitant. right? Because I was thinking there's no freaking way I can jump online and I can be that girl creating TikTok videos. I'm a mama in her 30s. TikTok is for girls dancing with belly shirts on. Anybody else drop a yes in the comments if you thought that's all TikTok was? Because that's what I thought it was. And then I discovered this whole side of TikTok where women in their 30s and 40s are making thousands of dollars a day online. So once I realized how simple content creation was without shaking your booty, without belly shirts on and all this stuff, right? Content creation made simple. That's what we do here. We're going to teach you how. Second part of my workday is creating the content. Drop a 2 in the comments if you can do that. Third part of my workday is what I'm doing right now, which is going live. Now, going live scares a lot of people. Okay. Christy, thank you so much for the follow. Where are you watching from today, dear? Going live scares a lot of people. Raina's a 2. She can create that simple content. Going live scares a lot of people, and I get that, right? I'm an introvert at heart. And when I invested in this program, I honestly didn't even know that going live was going to be a thing. Thank you so much. Oklahoma is in the house. We're from Iowa up here. So welcome, welcome. I didn't even know going live was going to be a thing. And I started listening to these training videos and I was like, oh my gosh, they're talking about going live. And I instantly would start like the hyperventilating because that's not me. All I could think of was speech class back in high school where I had to get up in front of my peers and give a speech. And I was so freaking nervous. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go live. And now going live is my favorite freaking thing because I have met so many amazing people doing this and I get to share. I get to share an opportunity that is changing lives every single day. That mama who can't pay her bills, that mama who's praying for a way to bring in extra income, but she doesn't want to take more time away from her baby. She's thinking of going and doing the Uber or the Dash. There's more opportunities out there. People like me are having $900 days from our phone every single day, working around our day job and around our babies without sacrificing our time, right? Mine are awake right now. I can hear them running around upstairs. So as soon as I log off here, my phone's going to be put away. It's going to go down. But my freedom machine is running for me in the background 24/7. That's what's beautiful about this. So I go live to share this opportunity. Now, a couple quick things. You don't have to go live right away, right? Going live is big and scary. I get it. Get it. We've all been there. Your first lives are going to suck. That's going to be my other thing. Your first lives are going to be terrible. It's just the way it is. But you got to do it to get better, right? The other thing is we're going to teach you how to go live inside our program, and you are going to have a community of 54,000 people who are going to jump on and support you. We have a community. There's been so many of them in here. I'm not going to say names because I always forget somebody and it makes me feel bad. But Rebecca was on here. I know Christy was on here, and I just said I wasn't going to say names, but I did it anyway. We don't make any money off of each other because we make 100% profit off of products we didn't create. So my $900 days are 100% my $900 days. Rebecca's $900 days are all hers. These are all hers. We don't make any income off of each other, but we want to watch each other win and succeed. Christy's been hopping on my lives almost every morning. Rebecca does. Sharon's usually on here. Al's been on here. They're all people inside my community that want to watch me succeed. And if I see them on a live, I jump on and I try to support them too around my busy schedule. And it's a beautiful thing when you have a community behind you to support you, a community that wants to watch you win. So those are the major things about live I'm going to tell you. You don't have to go live right away. Okay, build up your confidence, listen to the trainings, work on your content. And here's the other thing. If you are somebody who absolutely does not want to go live, you can do free ads. We teach the free ads method too. Kelly, yes, Kelly's in the house. Good morning, dear. How are you today? So keep that in mind. You have options, but going live is huge for me. And I freaking love that I get to meet women from all over the world and share this opportunity with them because I wish, as a mama, I wish I would have had this opportunity when my babies were little. I wish I've gotten on TikTok so much sooner and come across this opportunity. But I sat so skeptical, right? I sat skeptical and I didn't know. I didn't know that TikTok was more than belly dances and butt shaking. But there's a whole group of mamas out here and we're changing the game, right? We are changing the game. So if you were listening to me and you were thinking, I can listen to training videos, I can create simple content, and I can eventually see no reason that you cannot create an online 6-figure business in the pockets of your day, working around your busy schedule. without sacrificing any more of your precious time with your family. It's not going to happen overnight. This is not a get rich quick thing. And if that's what you're looking for, this ain't it. I'm open and honest with people about that. But here's what I am going to tell you. If you are coachable, you are self motivated, and you are consistent, anything can happen in this online space. You will start to see the benefits of the seeds you sow. Good morning, Steph. How are you today? But it takes time, right? And just because you invest in a program doesn't mean you're going to automatically be making money. You got to show up, you got to do the work. But anything is possible. It's like when you go to the gym, right? To get the abs, you have to actually go do the work. You don't just get the membership and it automatically happens. It's the exact same concept. Okay. But if you were listening to me and you can do those three things, you need to be snagging this free guide up here. Okay. Don't be missing out on this. This is free info, a free step-by-step guide for how to get into this online space and start having 10K months. You get a free webinar replay to watch. Spam folder, sometimes those end up in there. Kelly, this saved your home. There's so many amazing stories that come out of this. There's so many amazing stories. You too, Robin. Thanks for stopping in today, dear. Have the best day. Okay, let's talk real quick about my programs and the investment. Then I do have to log off because my husband's going to be getting ready to go for work. Okay, I hear my little feet's running around upstairs. Okay. So I'm open and honest with people about this. You do have to make an investment, but we're talking about a one-time small investment that can turn into unlimited income. Okay. I feel like there was something else I was just going to say and now it's gone. Okay. Anyway. Oh, you have zero overhead costs with this business. Okay. One-time investment, one-time website fee. And if you start at that $900 Legacy Builders today, I'm reimbursing that $39 website fee. Okay. But this website comes like 90% done for you. All you got to do is set up your PAY plans, plug them in, and personalize it. And we walk you through step by step how to do that. Okay. So we have 4 program options because not one size fits all, right? When you invest, I made a one-time investment, a $900 investment that automatically got me 4 streams of income. And I have now turned that $900 investment into $8,000. Thank you so much for the love, Steph. I appreciate you. So keep that in mind. Now, first of all, we do have PAY plans. So if you're somebody who's like, well, I would love to start this, but I definitely can't drop $900 right now. I get it. All of us start on a PAY plan. I definitely did, but we do offer PAY plans. Okay. So keep that in mind. Also, if you're somebody who's like, well, I want to get my feet wet and I want to see what this is all about, you can start at a lower program and upgrade. If you do that within 29 days, you just pay the difference. Okay. We have 900, 600, 300, 100. Now remember, you invest in that 900, you automatically own all 4 programs and you can have $100 days, you can have $300 days, you can have $600 days, you can have $900 days. You can sell one of each every single day. Okay, so keep that in mind. 900, 600, 300, 100. Now, obviously 100 is going to be our most bare bones basic. It's going to teach you a launch to profit in 7 days. Get your feet wet. The $300 is going to be for the people who are newer to the social media space, newer to creating content, figuring out who your perfect customer is and sharing your story. That's where you're going to want to start. Now, if you're somebody who already owns a business or has a product or service, I would recommend the 600 because that's going to teach you more branding. $600 level is where we also start giving you a product list of 200 digital product ideas that you can create and turn around and promote. Now you have another stream of income. Okay, we're going to teach you all of that. The $900 comes with extra trainings. You get our Legacy Builders call. We get a lot of mindset training and all sorts of stuff inside these programs. Okay, that's the basics of what's inside the programs. Okay, does anybody have any questions for me? I am going to have to log off here. This has been a good morning. I love going live. It's so fun. Okay. Questions, going once, going twice. Okay, real quick. If you're just stopping in, I'm going to hop off here, but be sure to click on my face in the top left corner. Okay, snag your free copy of the step-by-step guide. If you are somebody who is serious about making money online, you need that free step-by-step guide. Okay, we don't gatekeep here. This is the best kept secret in the digital marketing world. Okay, check your spam folder. Sometimes those end up in there. That beacons page will say, grab your free copy of the Freedom Formula. That's exactly what this is. You get a free webinar replay to watch, and I think that's all I have to say. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can You can send me a message. Just be like, hey, I was on your live today. I want more info, and I'll get it to you. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Going once, going twice. Okay. I will be back tomorrow. I was running late today, but I'm going to promise you I will be on by 5:30 tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So have a beautiful day, everybody. Go out there and bring some light and love into the world because the world needs it. Okay. And that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great, great Tuesday. All right, YT, thanks for hanging with me today. Be sure to, I put my website is listed in the comments. Okay, snag your free copy of the step-by-step guide. Have a beautiful Tuesday. I will be back